From Montclair, New Jersey, it is time for the Prep B title match. Montclair Kimberley Academy, the reigning champs, the top seed, hosting the Pennington Redhawks. Good afternoon, welcome in. Happy you could be with us. Sam Cooperman here for this afternoon's contest as Pennington hit some traffic on the way up, but they're here and they're ready to go for this one. And Pennington in white, MKA in blue. And we will get this show on the road. Malia Cesario in goal for Montclair Kimberley Academy. They shut out Pennington 5-0 last year in this same tournament, although it was combined A and B, knocking them off in the semifinals before winning on a shootout against the Hun School last year to claim the title for the MKA Cougars. We'll introduce a lot of the key players on both sides, and we'll have a good matchup here today with MKA dragging it across the midfield stripe. Shona Karp had the tackle initially, but the Cougars get it back. Goldstein fed that ahead, gets it returned to her. Goldstein in the circle. Pass in front, knocked around. And it's cleaned up defensively. Olivia Cano, one of the leaders of the Pennington defense. Kick save made after Goldstein took the shot, flicked out. Kayla Capuzzi is Capuzzi rather, is the keeper for the visitors. We'll check on that, however, given that Lillian Chiavolati is, or her number at least, is in goal for Pennington. Who wasn't given that indication, but did see her warming up, so we'll see if it is the sophomore, Chiara Velati, who is in there. Meanwhile, Pennington has it defensively here. Frascello rolls it over. And possession awarded to Pennington. Dared Kuta, Jane Donnelly, and Liz Benny are the officials this afternoon. About a minute and a half in. And self-start coming for MKA. They want to move quickly. Sider, their leading scorer, just fed it into Goldstein. Under duress and foul on the Cougars. MKA 13-6 on the year, 5-1 in Super Essex play. Great look here. Goldstein flags it down. Centering pass up in the air. That gets through. MKA with the goal as we kick things off. Less than 2 minutes in, the Cougars have struck first. Did not see how that got through, but Goldstein most certainly will have an assist as MKA has the initial tally. It's quickly worked in by Valerius, the leading scorer for Pennington. Top 25 in the state in goals this year is Genevieve Valerius for Pennington. Wallace up ahead, intercepted. And centrally 50-50 ball, snapped by Flannery, the freshman for the Redhawks. Takes a long way around and skids that up ahead. Self-start for the Cougars. Nice run developing here. Shuttled up ahead by Shay Murphy, one of two Murphy twins, her and Maggie. Both from here in Montclair, integral players for the Cougars. And it'll be MKA with it still. The goal less than 2 minutes in has propelled MKA to the early advantage. It'll be Pennington here with possession. Carol Frascella leads that over. Her and Cano, the center backs, is cranked up ahead by Sophie Raymond, the outside back. Back with MK, even the score. There is Wallace. Shona Karp had the defense, but MKA's got possession. And they can advance it further, can the Cougars. 2 of the 3 goals for Pennington. Eaton White, certainly someone to look out for. She just got stripped of the ball, but was in pursuit, stuck with it. Foul on Pennington. Here come the Cougars. Seeger tried to knife that through. Kano across. Murphy. And MKA will keep possession. Slick ball ahead. Found its way to Goldstein. Rumbles on through. Goldstein. And that gets through the wickets. Addie Goldstein the goal. 2 early ones for MKA. So Pennington huddles up. And we'll see if the Redhawks can regroup here. We're just under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. So an early statement made by MKA. And now Pennington will start it off with Genevieve Valerius. She scored half of the team's goals this year, 24 of their 48. And look how she just weaves through the defense. A skilled player. Valerius putting her head down into a crowd. Got plucked away, but it'll stay with Pennington. Go around the horn here. Kano. Really awesome story on Olivia Kano in the Trentonian. She's battled 2 ACL tears her freshman and junior years, but one of the leaders of this defense. Some awesome words about her that you can find there. So I would encourage you to read that so you learn more about these teams. Meanwhile, MK with the early edge, looking for more. And Fredette directs traffic ahead. Seeger runs it down. Cuts inside. Some good ball movement here by the Cougars. And the foul on that attempted tackle from Devin Terendi. Off the foot of Terendi, staying with MK. MK bench applauding Addie Goldstein's hustle. And in the circle, foul assessed to Montclair Kimberley Academy. About 8 minutes to go in the opening frame. Couple quick ones for the Cougars. Up for grabs here. Pennington has not even been able to get it inside the circle thus far. MK has really handled business. Wanted Valerius, but the pass overstretched her. Foul will get assessed to Valerius. She bumped right into Murphy that time. Flicks that ahead. It's well done by Flannery to swat that down. Here's a run. Valerius outnumbered. Run here for MK. Flacco. It'll be Pennington with possession. Sophie Raymond had the coverage. So a couple quick goals. Didn't see who had the first one. Goldstein, clarification on that later, but Addie Goldstein had the second goal. So she's got at least 13 goals on the year, depending on if ultimately that first goal went to her. She's been the second leading point getter on MK. Junior from Glen Ridge, her and her younger sister Aubrey. And a corner coming up. First one of the afternoon. So the clock rolling inside of 6 minutes. And for Pennington having to play catch-up, the clock rolling, that certainly hurts you on these corners. Just an extra thing to think about. Losing time on the setups of these corners. Shea Murphy will trigger in. Pass a little offline. And blocked away. Back with Goldstein. Another corner. So MK will do this song and dance again as we tick down towards about 5 minutes to go in the first. Chiaravalati tending cage here. Out to Murphy, flicked in, sticks with it. Murphy looking for the angle. And Pennington does its job on the DPC. There's Maggie Murphy looking for that avenue there. Couldn't find it. Out at the 25, MK still got a crack at it here. And that will go away. Pennington shuts him down during that sequence, but again, in terms of time, in high school the clock does not stop for corners. In college it does. But at this level, you got to make up a couple goals. A few corners consecutively can really set you back in that pursuit. Meanwhile, Sider, the leading scorer for MK, senior out of Mountainside, will be playing college field hockey at LIU next year. Goldstein, who's been the early point getter here for MK, verbal to UC Davis. So a couple future Division I players and potentially. So Mia Wallace with some room. Minutes here. And we're stopped with Emma Goodrich coming off the field, and great chance for the Cougars start. Sider skids it in. Wanted Goldstein there. It'll stay here with them. Just trying to step on through. Strong tackle that time. Terendi. Get a little more breathing room here for Pennington. Terendi reels it in. Madison Kaminsky had the defense, sophomore out of Caldwell, New Jersey. So Wallace here with the MKA Cougars up a couple goals. Fired out of play. Ava Seeger was there trying to haul that in. MK has been very organized defensively, but MK with numbers here. Seeger zips the pass. Kano gets in the way. Kano still just trying to barge through. Sider sends it down. Gets her team possession at the 25 and allows them to get organized. So we're back to even strength. Carmen Butts was put on for Goodrich for Pennington. And we're heading towards the final minute of the first quarter. here in Montclair. The Cougars trying to defend their Prep B title. And they've gotten off to a hot start with a couple first quarter goals. Raymond's ball finds its way across midfield. Fitzgerald, good centering pass. Sider ahead. Adebudo got lost in the crowd. You're going to keep trying to find Valerius on the outlets with good reason. The amount of goals that she's compiled and the way she just is so much to handle for the opposing defense. A couple of assists she dished out against Mo Beard in the semifinal. Valerius here, wiggles her way through and runs right into the defender, Fitzgerald. Foul was on Fitzgerald, and the ball will have to come out outside the dotted line to the 25. And the final 3 seconds ticking off the clock in the first. 2-0 is the score after 15 minutes in Montclair. Second quarter coming up in a couple minutes here on YouTube. MKA up 2-0 on Pennington. So the second quarter about to get going here from Montclair. Sam Cooperman with you as the Prep B Championship getting decided today, and it's been a great start for MKA. They put up 2 goals in the first 5 minutes of this one, and they've clung to that lead since then. A big quarter from Addie Goldstein, scoring the second goal, assisting on the first. Couple penalty corner opportunities as well for MKA. With the Cougars trying to knock off Pennington for second consecutive year. Last year it was in the semifinal round. This year trying to do it in the championship. Murphy guides that ahead. And it'll stay with MKA. Ava Seeger flicks that. Wanted Samantha Sider. And MKA trying to get its offense organized. Slick move to free herself by Maggie Murphy. It was an excellent touch to get it ahead to Goldstein. Seeger fed that through. Maggie Murphy had the goal last year in the prep title last year. It was technically Prep A because they combined A and B last year against the Hun School. And that was the only goal MKA scored in regulation. It would go to a shootout that the Cougars would win to take the title 2-1 over the Hun School. Cougars have had so much success in recent years. Pennington as well. Second year Pennington led by Kristen McCarthy after taking over for longtime coach Wendy Morris. They're looking to equalize, or cut it to 1 here rather. Went off of Flannery's foot as she was trying to maneuver her way inside the 25. Pennington back in action tomorrow at Lawrence. For MKA, it'll be the first round of the non-public bracket on Monday, hosting Immaculate Heart. MK in recent years been getting to the semifinal round, but bowing out to Oak Knoll, who's just always such a tough team. You just do a college broadcast and you feel like you're always hearing so-and-so went to Oak Knoll, and they've just been a special team. And MKA is trying to get to that level again, and the whistle will favor the Cougars, and the second card handed out. This time it's Brooke Flannery, who was booked. Dered Kuda making the call. So second time MKA is player up. Clock stopped at 12:43 in the first half. See if MKA can stretch this lead during these couple minutes here. Murphy trying to drive through. Obstruction call. They're going to call Devin Terendi on that, who was in disbelief of the call. And they'll say it was because of the push. So that's now 2 players down for Pennington. Terendi joins Flannery on the side. So it's now 8 field players for Pennington to MK's 10. And since Flannery just got booked 15 seconds ago, that is going to be a minute 45 with a 2-player disadvantage. Cougars quickly shuttle it in. Goldstein trying to race over there. Raymond defended her and thwarted that opportunity, but Cougars will have it at the 25. Time rolling to 12 minutes in the first half. Fredette couldn't chip it in. Kano, really a brick wall there at center back. Excellent clearance. MK will get possession back. And now I think Pennington will have another card here, so train keeps on rolling in that respect. Evie Argyropoulos is on the side. So that's 3 down for the Redhawks here. So a precarious spot for the visitors. Goldstein, pass to the side. Sent into a crowd, and this will be a corner. Now the good news here for Pennington is if your DPC unit does come up strong, you will be able to kill a lot of that time off the clock, and you can get some of those players back on and not be outnumbered by as much. Third corner for MK thus far. Chiavolati is in goal. And that corner really never got going. So Pennington comes up strong there. And the time on the first card to Brooke Flannery has come to an end here. So she's back out there. Now there's down to a 2-player disadvantage, and soon it'll only be down to 1, given that the first 2 penalties were only 15 seconds apart. So now it's just Evie Argyropoulos who's on the side. Pennington's still down a player, but excellent work by the Redhawks to keep MK off the board during that time. Corner here. So again, the same thing holds true. Obviously, a corner can be something really advantageous to the team who's inserting, but since the clock doesn't stop in high school, if you cannot cash in on those, it's going to allow the team who's down a player to get back to even strength quicker. 4th time Shea Murphy is inserted. Chiara Velati is in goal. Goldstein sets up. Pass for Sider, one more centrally. It's loose. Could it be poked in? No. Camping out at the post, it was Ava Seeger, but never got her stick on it. So it'll stay 2-0 here with time ticking down to about 9 minutes to play in the first half. Slow start for Pennington, but they've looked a lot better of late, and they've been able to fight off some pretty unideal situations. So even numbers here with about 8.5 to go till halftime. Verschella's ball was the one that started that sequence off. And Pennington can get the self-start. And let's see what's going on over at the table. Tared Kuda is going over there to check something out. Liz Benny is the timer. She's over there. Kuda and Jane Donnelly, the 2 officials that are out there going up and down the field. Emma Goodrich will come off, as will Ava Seeger. Stella Coviello brought on for MK, freshman from Montclair. 2 goals, 3 assists in her rookie season. So we get things ironed out over there. There's 8:23 in the first half. MK, the 2-0 lead here on Pennington. Kano ready to start this possession off. They will actually draw for it here. Don't see that every day. So it's Kano and Sider. And it is MK who has possession. Sider saucers one. It'll be awarded to Pennington. Kano really taking charge defensively in this first half. Butts up ahead on the pass. And Pennington sensing a little bit of life here after that slow start. And a green has been assessed. It'll go on MK. Sydney Fredette down for 2 minutes. So that penalty will take her to the 5:42 mark of the second. So the first time that Pennington has had a power play in this one. Kaminsky trying to ward off a couple Redhawks. Did well sliding that up ahead as MK works with Murphy. This is Shea Murphy.
Hey, let's go.
Got past Terendi. What can she do here? Coviello had some trouble. And it is Pennington who garners possession. Kano out of play. Wallace will start this off. Sider with about a minute left to kill off for MKA. Strong tackle there defensively. Flannery. Valerius unable to handle it. And MK starts this possession off. Center back Kaminsky. In stride, Murphy. Looking to speed ahead, Murphy. So it's the two Kano sisters back there. That was Adriana, the sophomore back, who had the stop and drew the foul. Her sister Olivia gets intercepted. So about 15 seconds for MK to get Fredette back out there. Fredette waiting to be given the cue to check in. Pennington looking like it'll come up empty here on this power play. They do, as now we're back to even strength. 2-0 in favor of MK, the top seed in this Prep B bracket. Pennington was the 2 seed, so both teams getting first-round byes, each with convincing semifinal wins. Pennington 3-1 over the 3 seed, Mo Beard, and MK 5-1 over St. Elizabeth to set up this showdown today. Valerius smacks one. Wallace got her stick on it, and back with the Cougars. Murphy couldn't stretch for it. Whistle will favor her, and out with some pace. Goldstein spins, pushes. Goldstein fights through. And Kano got tied up. Adriana Kano. Pass just didn't connect with Karp, but it got him out of some trouble. About 4.5 to go before halftime. Valerius. The sprint ahead. They're going to have to bring this back a little ways on the foul. So Jane Donnelly directing them where they have to start at the line. So MK sets up. And they have the takeaway here. Sider read that well. Diagonal pass taken down by Flannery for Pennington. And the Redhawks trying to get one on the board before halftime. Make this comeback a little more manageable. That was not what they needed. Seeger the takeaway. Kano with the strong tackle, pushed in by Murphy, and nobody in the circle could get there. Goldstein was the target of that pass. Two first quarter goals have MK up ahead. Valerius with some green in front of her, pushes the pass. This is Flannery looking to find somebody. Inside, shot off the side of the cage. Devin Terendi with what I believe will be the second shot for Pennington today. So Pennington getting itself out of trouble and now seeing the field flip a little bit. Valerius drives, shoots, through! Pennington on the board before halftime with 2:30 to go. Genevieve Valerius puts it home for number 25 on the season. Just a spectacular play by Valerius. Already over 100 career points, only a junior. A lot more where that came from. And now Goodrich fighting along. We'll see if it was Goodrich who tipped that in. At halftime, we'll go over and make sure we get the official rulings on scoring, but Goodrich was right there on the doorstep. Not sure if she deflected that through or if she let it go, and it went through the legs of Sesterio. Murphy swerves. Cano there for Pennington. She tried to feed one ahead, and now another tackle from Adriana Cano. Fredette. Seeger. Seeger tippy toes up the side, still with it. Approaching the final minute of half number one. On the self-start here, Sider. Corner. So corner number 5 for MKA. Have not scored on one yet. Lillian Chiara Velati is guarding the cage along with her DPC crew. Shea Murphy inserts in front. Could that be put home? Yes! Ava Seeger right there at the back post to give MK its third goal of the day. So after Pennington got a little momentum with its first goal, it is the response from MK to get one off the corner. Valerius skates on through. Seconds ticking down. We'll see if Pennington can get one more shot off. There's 4 to shoot, and they will have a corner. Time winds down. But before halftime, they will get one last corner here. So right before the buzzer, they get their first corner of the half. It'll be their only one this half. Terendi feeds it in. Valerius, everyone collapses on her. Shot, kick save. Well done. MK still got to fend off this opportunity. And they do, and that's halftime. Cesario, nice work in goal making a big save right before halftime. But MK will take a 3-1 lead into the halftime break in this Prep B final. Coming back for the second half in just a few moments here on YouTube. So back to Montclair. We'll start the third quarter. Sam Cooperman with you as the Prep B title match is here, and a 3-1 lead for the MKA Cougars as they look to defend their crown. And they've certainly done their job halfway through. Pennington looked like it would be within 1 goal going into the break, but a late second quarter goal, potentially a back-breaking goal by Ava Seeger off the 5th penalty corner generated by the Cougars, has them in the driver's seat as we head to the third. Did get those stats ironed out over with the awesome officiating crew. Liz Benny keeping stats over there on the timer. Jane Donnelly and Dored Kuta doing a great job here in this one. So Julia Flacco had the initial goal for MK. That's her third of her junior year. Addie Goldstein did have an assist on that one, and then Goldstein scoring the second. Putting the Cougars as quick player down immediately, so that's going to halt things mere seconds into the third. It is Goldstein off a collision, will get tended to. So hoping she's doing all right. Whatever it is just something that training staff can get taken care of and get her back out there, and she's happy and healthy, having a great game so far as Goldstein is part of her junior campaign. But in the meantime, she comes off the field for the Cougars, and Adubato is brought in to fill her spot up top. Genevieve Valerius scored one with 2:30 to go in the second to get Pennington within a goal, but then it was Ava Seeger off a penalty corner, the 5th MKA first half corner, and it was the one that did the job, getting them that third goal. Cougars shut them out 5-0 last year in the Prep B semifinal as Pennington awarded possession. Sophie Raymond slaps it across. Karp couldn't handle it.
Get back, they play fast, get back.
MK trying to speed ahead, but Karp fired that through. Some really good tackling from Pennington. We are seeing that. It's a group that plays hard and certainly never out of a game, but it is MK who's gotten a bulk of the opportunities thus far. Pennington with it here. Just one shot on goal in the first half for Pennington, albeit it went for a goal. As MK looking to strike here. Seeger, she was matched up with Cano, and Olivia Cano shuts her down. Cano, self-start, fires that ahead. And the whistle goes in MKA's direction. Fredette flicks that. Murphy. Centering pass grab by Frischella for Pennington initially, but chased down. And Adubato, who just came on for Goldstein, who does look like she's ready to come back in. As she's standing at the table right now, which is awesome news. But Adubato filling that spot up top for the Cougars right now. Inju Han's team is trying to pick up another Prep B title. Pennington attempting to change that. Redhawks and Cougars squaring off. A half-hour delay on the travel here for Pennington. Ran into some traffic and alternate routes. But when they got here, they got right off the bus and were ready to go soon after. And again, playing hard, and they've had to be on their heels a little bit here with MK controlling possession. As Cano up the side. Trickled back to Frischella. And the Cougars will claim possession here. Murphy flagged that down. Or so she thought, just rolled off to the side. We're at about 11 and a half minutes to go in this third. Only one corner for Pennington to MKA's 5. So you just go across the board statistically, and it is heavily slanted towards the Cougars, but 2-goal difference is certainly manageable. Both high-scoring teams, Pennington with now 49 goals in this being its 16th game of the year. Goldstein had just come back on after being banged up. Tried to fight through, but Kano with other ideas. Wrestles it away from her. Now there's a scrum for it. As they both hit the floor, it'll go in favor of Pennington. Olivia Kano. Great outlet there. Valerius. So skilled. Valerius looking for her second. Loads up. No room. Pass in front. Saved away. Redirected. And it'll go for a corner for the Redhawks. Malia Cesario had the kick save, but now her and the DPC unit will have to defend here. It was Devin Terendi who inserted on the lone corner for Pennington in the first, and once again Terendi, the senior, sends it in. Kano up top, pass to her side. Excellent job by the flyer Murphy to get out there. There will be another corner coming up, but she immediately met Shona Karp on the perimeter. Under 9.5 minutes to play in the third. Pennington looking to make this a 1-goal game. Their third corner, Valerius. Nice save. But another corner coming up. Cesario is able to make the stop, but Pennington will get its third straight corner. We'll see if this one is a charm. Get them back within a goal. Terendi coming off a 2-goal performance in the semifinal win over Mo Beard. Chops that to Kano. Shoots. That's loose on the goal line, and it couldn't be put through. Went off the inside of Cesario's pad, and it looked like Pennington would have a goal there, but they somehow got it off the goal line. Maybe a defensive save will be credited there. It was just shoveled away at the last moment. Once that was up for grabs right in front of the cage. Another corner here, however. So Pennington is forcing the issue here. Fourth corner of the third for the Redhawks. Another great opportunity for Pennington. Terendi. Takano. Passes. Shot. Murphy, the flyer, getting in the way of Karp. Will go again from the 25. So that's 4 corners that MKA shuts off. That was the 5th for Pennington thus far, evening their number to MKA's in terms of penalty corners. Flannery passes that through, finds Valerius and draws the corner. This will be number 6 for Pennington. A lot of time coming off the clock here in the third. So they're getting their chances here, and given the time evaporating, you have to find a way to put one home. Olivia Kano nearly did, but Cesario made the save. Valerius rips one. The stretch save with the outside foot. Cesario making some highlight reel stops here today. MK has the whistle in its favor. And the DPC unit can finally rest a little bit here. It's been quite active, 5 straight corners essentially, and it's had to defend for Montclair Kimberley Academy. Sider just whacks one down and allows her team to set up. So Pennington fighting here and really doing some good things. Had some great chances, unable to score. The one from Kano nearly rolled home, but it was cleared off the goal line. I'm not sure exactly who. I think it was Maddie Kaminsky who had the clearance there when that ball was up for grabs. And depending on how it's scored, might get a defensive save off of that, but not positive. Flacco, she scored the first goal today. Couldn't keep that in. About 5.5 to play in the third. If Pennington could just get one here this quarter, they will really put some pressure on MKA with the way the Redhawks have played since halftime. Raymond there will have some more room. It's muscle through. Terendi. Terendi marches forward. So put down at the spot for Terendi. Seeks an opening here. Trying to do it herself. Valerius cut off, draws the foul. Genevieve Valerius. So tough. And it's ultimately called a corner. This will be the 7th for the Pennington school. No goals this quarter. MKA, or this corner, would also apply. MKA with 2 in the first 5 minutes. It's out for Kano. Met passes Valerius. Closed in on. Frees herself. Can she get a shot? She draws another corner instead. Well done. This will be the 7th corner of the third for Pennington. Their 8th of the day. MKA with 5. Terendi, the pass. Kano, the target. No look. Well done. Ball in front. Flannery tried to put one through. And MK fired up with the stop. Malia Cesario coming up big in goal. Verschellick had a really beautiful pass. Olivia Kano, that was slick. There is Kano. But the whistle goes in MKA's favor. Cougars trying to run. Goldstein, 2-on-2. One in Coviello there. Picked up by Raymond. Adriana Kano back with the pass. And Pennington trying to give itself some breathing room here, but MKA, sneaky. Murphy, pass, and kicked aside. Kano there. Thought when the keeper, Chiara Valetti, kicked that it was for certain going to go out of play, but Kano was there to rescue it. Back with MK. Coviello trying to seize that. Now there's a runaway train the other way. Valerius gets some help on the overlap. Fredette picks her up and slows things down. Flannery. Foul, self-start. Nope, they'll have to back this up to the spot. Defense slowly creeping up for Krista McCarthy's group for Pennington. It's a good ball from Raymond, just overcooked it. Terendi couldn't catch up. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. No goals this quarter. Prep B championship. Pennington and MK squaring off in North Jersey. Coviello is in pursuit. Or sorry, you're mixing up my teams there with the numbers. It was Carmen Butts who is in pursuit and got that for her Pennington Redhawks. Raymond for Kano. Terendi picks it up. Nifty spin. Chops it into the circle. It's fed right out of there. Fredette, the captain for MK, with the clearance. Back out for Kano. Going centrally, loose. Call off the foot that time. Emma Goodrich was in front, thought she might have a crack at it, but it hit her foot as Malia Cesario was tending net there. Could have been a dangerous spot for her. She has really made some impressive plays in this quarter, with Pennington consistently lurking, trying to get this back to a one-goal game. 30 seconds and change to go in the third. The clock was running, but numbers kind of freezing at points here. So it said 30 for a while, thought it'd stop, but it's kept going. So we're down to about 5 seconds in the quarter. Fed in, Goldstein has a beat on it. Dribbles, passes. Can anyone get a shot? Yeah, and the clock has just been delayed. It's been stopped at 3.1, and it just never went to 0. So hopefully the clock will be ironed out as we go to the fourth. But after 3, it is 3-1. It is still MK in the driver's seat after 3 frames. Final quarter of the Prep B title match. Sam Cooperman with you. Appreciate you stopping by on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon in North Jersey. It is impeccable weather-wise. Has the feelings of a mid-September day. Temperatures were in the 70s today. Sunny skies, nice little breeze. Sun is gone down as Valerius on her horse trying to get Pennington within a goal. MK with 2 goals in the first quarter, in the first 5 minutes of the first. MK off a corner. Goal from Ava Seeger stretched their lead to 3-1 at halftime. Pennington was going non-stop on the corners. They had 7 of them in the third, but could not convert. And the Redhawks are still trailing by 2 as we start this fourth. MK looking to defend its title here in the Prep B bracket. Pennington challenging them, and Raymond will start this up. Finds its way ahead. Flannery Swerves up the side. Bumps bodies with Fredette. And Pennington with a nice run to get into the attacking third. Jordan Catelli and Matt Gizzi working this one and doing an awesome job. As I'm happy to bring you this coverage here on YouTube. Raymond waved and missed that time defensively, and it leads to MKA leaking out. Outnumbered. Adubato couldn't redirect it back to Flacco. She'll try again. Cano hauls it in. And the whistle will go in Pennington's favor. So we're down to about 13 minutes to play. Pennington running out of time. MK did not get a corner in the third. Pennington really handled possession. Seeger, ball intercepted. Flannery flicks that. Argiopoulos didn't get much on it. Fredette draws the foul on Valerius. Genevieve Valerius with her second quarter goal, scoring her 25th of her junior campaign. She's got more than half of the goals for Pennington on the season. Raymond surveys, going upstairs in the saucer, but it'll be awarded back to MKA. Murphy sees daylight. Murphy pushes pace. Whistles going for Pennington. Purcell's going to tie her shoe here with the clock rolling under 12 minutes. Flannery. Both stepped on the ball. They're calling MK on that first. Raymond way back to Adriana Cano. One more to the side. She's got Karp there. So Olivia Cano, I think part of what's allowed Pennington to really fight its way back into this one, even though it hasn't shown up on the scoreboard yet, but they've really dominated possession since halftime, is Olivia Cano being moved up, moving her from center back into the midfield and utilizing her strengths. 33 in white, she's really had a stellar performance today. Wallace, the right back, darts to the ball, but Valerius tugs at it and has it for Pennington. She split a couple defenders. Sider was reaching for it for MKA, and the Cougars will be awarded possession. Less than 11 minutes to play. MKA trying to hang on. Nearly an errant pass from Wallace, but they salvage it. Murphy turned around. Flannery gets there first. Flannery under control. Fitzgerald picks her up. Pass, Valerius. Tries to shoot from an unbelievable angle. They wave it off. They wave it off. No goal. Valerius wanting an explanation. Meanwhile, MK is pushing ahead, trying to counter. No goal for Pennington there. Not sure if a foul was called before Valerius fired that. No, she was inside the circle, I believe. And now a corner for MK. The field flips in a hurry. And time rolling at 9:40 and counting. Shea Murphy to insert. This is the first corner that MK has attempted this half. They scored off the last one they had when Ava Seeger scored right before halftime. Seeger scoring her 8th of the year on that. Flacco and Goldstein also with goals for the Cougars. Valerius, the lone tally for Pennington thus far. Around it goes. Murphy fires. Oh, that was nearly redirected home. Sider would have scored her 12th of the season, but they couldn't put it on cage. Chiara Vellotti and company with the stop off the 6th MKA corner. 8:40 and rolling. So Pennington bringing the ball up. Smacks it through. Valerius, she waves it as she tried to deke her way past the defense. Kaminsky, the center back, had the stop. Fredette, she's being hounded. And Pennington almost had possession. Maggie Murphy with other ideas. Seeger on the run. Flacco into the circle. Looked like that may have hit the foot of Raymond, nothing called. And now they will get the call in the corner. Second corner in these last couple minutes for MKA. Inju Han holding up the card. I think it's a card. Might be more of a flag. Looks like just sheets of paper. It was an orange colored sheet, so that you figure indicates what play they're going to run here. Here we go. Fitzgerald tries to go through. Loose. Stop made. Another corner coming, though. Always have to watch the inserter. And Shea Murphy almost got loose. The keeper, Chiara Vellotti, along with Raymond and company. Cano there on that DPC unit. Pass in front, knocked out of there. Olivia Cano got in the passing lane. Well done by the DPC unit for Pennington. But time is ticking. We're down to 6:40. Fredette trying to mash one in. Spat back out. Butts the pass. She was able to crank that through, and Pennington outnumbered, but not being denied here. Terendi draws the foul. They got to roll it back to the spot, and they got to do so quickly. Pennington, who got a goal late before halftime when they were not able to take a shot the entire first and most of the second. They've really been able to get themselves back in this game in terms of possession in the second, but not a goal to show for it. Two quick ones from MK in the first 5 minutes. One right before halftime for the Cougars. One late second quarter goal for MK, and nobody has scored in the third or fourth quarters. 5.5 and counting remaining. Time ticking. Cougars, if they can get a third goal here, they'll really take some pressure off. Still in a great spot, but Pennington has been pesky. Foul favors MK. Self-start coming here. Fredette drives it in. Murphy looking to center. Goes directly into the circle, hoping to catch the foot of a Red Hawk, and she does. Another corner. And with the clock rolling on corners, it enables MK to run this clock down and try and capitalize on a scoring opportunity. It's going to take them a little bit to get set up on the DPC because Kano had to go all the way to the corner where her mask was. So that's taking more time, and every second precious at this point. Good to go. Clock at 4:24 and counting. Murphy slides it in. Fitzgerald, one more. Murphy back in. Loose on the goal line. Nobody could put it through. Chiara Volati just got enough of a piece of it to avoid Maggie Murphy from poking it home. Believe, based on what I'm hearing, Cano is the one who probably got that out of there at the last moment. She's had an excellent game, as mentioned. Murphy. Valerius. Valerius looking to cut to within one. Poked away, Murphy. Goldstein draws the bump and the self-start for MK. We're at about 3 minutes. Cano to the side, picked up by Flannery. Cut around Murphy. Going through the legs that time of Fredette. Valerius shovels. And there it is in Fredette's possession. MK looking to close the door on Pennington. But the Cougars, they've had some chances. They haven't been able to pick up that fourth goal that would most certainly give them the separation they need to hold on. Now Pennington taking its last gasps here with time evaporating in a hurry. We're heading towards 2 minutes to go. Terendi nearly threaded that through. Valerius was unable to seize possession. MK slapped in by Sider off the side of the cage. Valerius searching. Valerius. Murphy with it for MK. Slides it up diagonally. Goldstein there to retrieve. Goldstein around Cano. And it's now a 3-on-2 developing. Broken up by Raymond. Big collision in the circle. It will be a corner for the Cougars. And player down for Pennington. Sophie Raymond. So that high-speed collision there, and she was shaken up. Will come off. Clock at 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. Pennington needs to make up 2 goals, and they've got 63 seconds to do it. First things first, they got to get a stop on this defensive penalty corner. Shea Murphy, the pass. Right to Goldstein, one more. Sider, shot. Oh, off target. I think it may have got the foot of Chiara Volati there. May have a save, but she ran into Terendi. And Terendi shaken up. 47 seconds to go. And right after Raymond came off, Terendi will be helped off. So not the home stretch that Pennington envisioned. And MK will have another corner off of this as its APC unit huddles up, waiting for Devin Terendi, who's been terrific for Pennington, to hobble off the field. 2 goals for her in the semifinal round, and an integral piece of what they do, the inserter. And now she's being carried off for Coach Kristen McCarthy, aiding in that. And you hate to see that. And obviously on that DPC unit as well, since she was there. You always get your fastest players there as flyers, whether they play as attacking players or not. And oftentimes the attackers that are the best flyers there. And Terendi helped off. And there will be another corner here for MK. 3-1 lead that stood since halftime. Trying to close this out and take the Prep B title. Shea Murphy to her sister Maggie. Turns the favor. Shovels in. And they'll get the stop. With a lot of Pennington fans right to our side, and the air certainly kind of sucked out of here with that last sequence. 2 players coming off. Sophie Raymond, and then soon after, Devin Terendi. So 2 starters for Pennington coming off the field, and Pennington's going to have to turn around. They got Lawrence tomorrow in a road matchup. Final 5 seconds. MK scored 2 goals early in this one, and that was enough to knock off the Pennington Redhawks. The Cougars are Prep B champs, and they do it on their home turf.
Good effort, girl. Good try.
Heck of a job by Pennington and how they battled in the second half and really put the pressure on MK to close this out, but the Cougars, their senior keeper, Malia Cesario, doing some awesome things on that slew of corners that Pennington kept generating. And the Cougars, with the work they did in that first half, it was enough to stand up and give them another Prep B title as they knock off Pennington in this championship match. We'll have the trophy presentations coming up here. So, Jordan, I believe we'll stay here for that. So we'll stay here for that. But me personally, I'll turn that over. Or I don't know if they're going to have a speaker here, so maybe kind of narrate through that. So stick around for now. But Flacco, Goldstein, and Seeger with the goals for MK. Goldstein also an assist on that first Flacco goal. It was Valerius who netted the lone one for Pennington in this one. So as you see on your screen, 3-1, that is the final. And MK taking the title here at home. Again, very appreciative of you tuning in. Cesario rightfully congratulated. And the MKA faithful thrilled with what they're seeing out there and what their team was able to achieve here this afternoon in Montclair, New Jersey. And Pennington with its cheer, and the Red Hawk fans clapping for their team and how hard they played, and understandably so. An impressive win for the Red Hawks in the semifinals over Mo Beard. But bowing out here at MK, and the respect is most certainly there on both sides. Hard fought and an exciting one. MK will take home another trophy. They don't have to drive it all that far to put it on the shelf with the others that the Cougars and coach NJISAA have won in recent years. What a team they have. Their 14th win of the season. And you can see the excitement. Getting to celebrate here in Montclair. And they carry Terendi over, going down late in this one. So now the whole squad's here.
Congratulations to both Pennington and MK for a great prep final. I think Pennington was around a little bit trying to get here today with some borderline breaks like that, so I know it was a long journey to get here. But both teams had a great, successful season. Wish all of our seniors from both teams success as they take on the next chapter in their lives. Next of all, I know that MK still has a state tournament and NJISAA still play for. But again, thank you all for coming out. This is now MK's 4th overall New Jersey Prep State Championship in a row.
And the captain, Fredette, holding up the plaque. And the Cougars celebrating this title. Heck of an effort from Pennington, but coming up a couple goals shy here in Montclair. Inju Han, Isabella Mendez, Suzanne Giarusso, the staff. As 4 is being held up. 4th straight title in Prep B for the Cougs. And now the family's coming out to congratulate this MK team on the effort that they've put forth, and now they're, after they find the proper place for their latest piece of hardware on the shelves, they'll turn their attention to Immaculate Heart in the first round of the non-public bracket. And for Pennington, a heck of a run, but it comes to an end here at Montclair. So thank you again to you for tuning in. Jordan Catelli, Matt Gizzi, I'm Sam Cooperman saying so long and good night from Montclair. Final score, 3-1 MKA. They top the Pennington Redhawks in the NJ Prep B Championship as the Cougars take the team picture and go on to the state bracket, trying to see how they fare in the non-public tournament as this Cougars program wins another title and being held up proudly as the trophy by Malia Cesario. So thank you again for tuning in. So long and have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. Appreciate you joining us here on YouTube.